All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Shadu, would it be fair to say that mistakes were made?
I think this would be as good as time as any to
Yes.
use that line. I don't know what Razor Alliance was doing in that match.
But not much of
I have
anything.
no idea.
But I mean, there are several things that were weird, right?
Yeah, blaster Hyperions and not doing any damage at all, not killing anything. How is that possible?
That's one thing.
Repping frigates while your flagship dies?
Yeah, we saw that again,
Yeah.
and then the flagship fairly underwhelmingly fit for a null-sec alliance like Razor.
Yeah.
It's the Imperial Navy fit.
Is,
just very-
is there some ISK troubles here for the CFC?
Check.
Are they funneling all the ISK to hiring Black Legion for to take the space from Death Alliance?
Yellow Knight is ain't a cheap date. I think
hear that. I hear that.
I think tech moons just aren't what they used to be.
Perhaps.
So for the repping the Armageddon, is there ever an excuse to do what he did, or was it just bad play? Or could there be a situation where what he did was actually all right,
I mean,
but...
not in that case when it was that close, because they were barely whittling through the structure, and he was almost keeping up with the reps, and he kept the rep on the Ennio for multiple cycles. It's not like he messed up once. I watched it through. It was at least 3 cycles on that Ennio, and it stayed on after the Armageddon died. Pulled that one rep, you maybe buy it enough time that they bring down a Foon, or at least save the Armageddon. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like the logistic pilot just gave up on the get and he said, you're gonna die. I'm just gonna try to save this Ennio for a few more cycles. But I don't know. That seemed like a horrible decision on his part.
Definitely a bad decision, and we see the match report here on screen. So, I mean, Razor tend to be fairly underwhelming in these tournaments. Like, Massive Alliance, I mean, potentially at least something that would have a lot of money to do this stuff. And what's why win, Razor?
Yeah, I guess some of these big alliances, I mean, this is true with the Goon Swarm as well. They don't really invest in the tournaments a lot. They usually send, there's a pilot within the alliance that wants to put together a team, but doesn't really have the backing of the whole alliance or the funds of the alliance behind them. And, it's fair enough, but it is the alliance tournament. You should really get behind your team and invest some money as well as some time and do it properly.
I like to think that there's in some way egos involved there, because like if these big alliances with like very important reputations to themselves really invest in a team and then their team gets brutally stomped, it's not just the team that got stopped, it's the alliance that got stomped.
Easier to say, haha, we're just fucking around.
Yeah, we were just like, ha ha ha, we didn't really intend to like finance the alliance tournament at all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely embarrassing as somebody who run a team for Okapel that did not do very well. I hung my head in shame for quite a long time, and the alliance did as well. So it's something you want to represent yourself well, and you want to invest ISK to make that happen if you can.
Yeah, I believe last year our budgeting there in January when we did our kind of budget analysis, we spent 600 billion on tournaments, and okay, we didn't get a very good return on that money,
But you know what your potential return could be? We have some of the prizes that we're going to show you now. They are pretty awesome. Angel Cartel Co-op Frig. I believe these are designed by CCP Fozzy.
Yes, they are. They're really, really, really strong ships, and these are much more so than previous Alliance Tournament prize ships, made to be used on TQ. You have the safety of the Covert Ops cloaks. You can jump through Covert Ops, like Black Ops bridges, and you just do a ton of damage when you drop on somebody.
Yeah, those would be fun to fly. That Angel Cartel, the Recon in particular, it's like a rapier on crack. It's really a scary looking ship.
And I believe Fuzzy said that they have the same bonus to the Covert Ops cloaking, that you do not have the targeting delay after decloaking.
I believe so, yeah.
I think that's
And
correct,
so
yeah.
you can just, decloak, lock someone and put some fire on.
All right, well, they look beautiful too. All right, we have one of my favorite matches for this losers bracket, which is Hun Reloaded versus Godfathers coming up now. Dolan, who do you think is going to win?
This is one of our big matches. I actually really like Godfathers. They're like a St. Thomas team did super well in the New Eden Open. I think they're going to carry it through again.
Yeah.
I think Godfathers have a pretty good chance. Yeah. That said, Hun Reloaded to me are one of the strongest teams in the losers bracket right now, and I would be very surprised if they did not win.
I was really surprised the ePet.com kind of went down to Hun Reloaded. They were a strong favorite of the public. And I don't know, I mean, Godfathers has the potential to pull out. Then again, they have been very predictable in the previous years, and they run fewer people in team usually, so I'm going to go with Hun.
I think so too. fantastic team, and although Asina Tama did really well, unreloaded.